Hello, this is Bill from If the Truck Stops Rolling. Okay, I know I haven't did a video in a long time, so we decided to do our fall turmeric tour. Last year we planted some turmeric and we decided that we were going to save that what we grew last year and try to grow as much turmeric as we can and see whether we'd have enough to sell. So we started in February. We made some mistakes because I tried to use some uncharged biochar in the hole with the turmeric, and some of it didn't do very well. The small one you see right here, it's like that's ginger, but I did it with the turmeric as well, and as you can see, it didn't do very well. I also planted some underneath my muscadine vine with the uncharged biochar, and that's about the size that it got. Some got a decent size, but majority of it came up real late or didn't do very well at all. On top of that, we had a pretty dry summer here in Savannah, Georgia. So all of the ones that you're looking at now, okay, we put the biochar with it in the hole, and the thinking was that the microbiology in the soil would charge the biochar before the turmeric came up, because we planted it in late February, early March, and turmeric here in Savannah didn't come up until about the middle to late May. So we were thinking that if it stayed in the ground that long, that the microbiology would charge the biochar. But it didn't. We also planted some in May, early May, without biochar. And we're going to look at that and see how that looks. Now this I planted without biochar at all. So that's what we were expecting from the one that we planted with the biochar. But as you can see, there's a big difference between the ones that I planted without biochar and the one I planted with biochar. Also, you can sort of see, okay, what the fertility of some areas are, where some of them are growing very well and some of them are not without the biochar. The majority of them are doing very well, but we also have some that are not doing as well. We plant some in containers, which are doing pretty well, and these are that's a new bed which I just made last year. They're doing pretty good, but not as as the ones in the older bed without the biochar. That's a 2-year-old bed, doing pretty good. And this is a 3-year-old bed right here, which was mainly wood chips. So the wood chips are finally breaking down, and we're getting some good growth. All right. Okay, it's been pretty hot, so I had to cover up my muscat greens and my turnips underneath the cane. Okay, those look pretty good. And I got these are in a a pile. sort of like a banana circle, but it's the turmeric circle. Raised bed, planted those in August, and that's a 2-year-old bed right there. But all of these we planted in March or May, excuse me. These are some we planted in May as well. This is the west side of the house. It gets about 4 hours, 5 hours of sun a day. I got one planted behind this elderberry, and I got another planted between the elderberry and my olive tree. Here's some more 1-year-old bed. Planted these in May as well. Some of them did well, some of them didn't. They got those planted under a pear tree. And I've got these in a modified raised bed next to a peach tree and some ginger, and not bad. And those aren't too bad. So, like I said, just about anywhere I could find somewhere to plant them, I did. And they're doing pretty well, but it was kind of dry this summer and we didn't get as much as growth as we wanted to, but we're thankful for what we got. So that's my turmeric for this year. Grow your own.